Hi, everyone. My name is Bethany Snyder. I'm so excited to be here tonight. First, let me tell you a little bit about my family. So, I live in Iowa with my partner Chris and our teenager Evelyn. We're what you might call a typical American family. If typical families come with rainbow flags, emotional support snacks, and strong opinions on musical theater, right? So, people sometimes we assume we're straight, and you'll find out later why, which is really unfortunate. I mean, we love straight people. Some of our best friends are straight. Even our kiddo thinks they're straight. But please don't mistake us for them. We support their lifestyle choices, but no. For context, I'm a lesbian. Thank you, woo, all the lesbians. Yeah. My partner Chris is a trans man. And me and Chris met 20 years ago, before most of you could even spell the word transgender. And we fell in love and we built a family and we figured out how to create a family in our very own way. And as you know, everything queer people have to plan everything, don't we? Even the stuff straight people manage to do accidentally, like making a family. You know, straight people get drunk at an Applebee's and boom, there's a baby, right? But we have color-coded spreadsheets, legal documents, and receipts for sperm. You guys, sperm is expensive. Like really expensive, isn't it? So I picked the one on stale. Yes, we got our sperm on clearance, and I'm not ashamed. I like a good deal. And 15 years later, we have an incredible kiddo who is kind and creative and a master of the eye roll. People love to tell us, Evelyn looks so much like Chris. And we're like, yeah, it's weird. Science, right? But it's one of those beautiful but awkward moments so many queer families know so well, where you just smile and laugh, and you wonder how much to explain before the grocery line moves again. Now, I know most of you in this room couldn't probably pick out Iowa on a map. That's okay. We like it that way. We consider it a witness protection program for liberals. But in states like Iowa, we just don't run into other queer families out in the wild. There's no, oh, look, there's another two-mom family, Trader Joe's moment. Mostly because there is no Trader Joe's. So we have to create community. We have to build what doesn't already exist. And that takes intention and potlucks and pride flags and play dates and pride flags in windows when our neighbors scowl. And that's why family equality matters so much, especially right now, because we need each other. We need places to belong and to laugh, and to remind our kids that their families aren't unusual, they're unstoppable. That's right. Family equality makes those spaces possible, connecting the dots between people like me in Des Moines and families everywhere who just want to live authentically and raise good humans. It's the only way we'll get through this together. I also know that joy and connection alone isn't enough. I'm a former United States Senate staffer. I'm a policy nerd at heart. I worked for our Senator Al Franken back in the day. Yes, that Al Franken. And those days were glorious. Do you guys remember that? Obama. We repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We passed the Matthew Shepard's Hate Crime Act. Yes. And marriage equality, and of course, marriage equality across the land happened. But those victories just didn't happen. They were built. They were built by people who showed up, told their stories, and refused to settle for less. And that's why family equality's role is so vital. They're the only national LGBTQ organization solely focused on protecting queer parents and our families. Because the threats to these basic protections are real, from bans on gender-affirming care to rollbacks in civil rights, a devastating loss we suffered in Iowa earlier this year. And we know they are eyeing marriage equality. That's why we need family equality at the policy table and in the halls of Congress, fighting for policies that keep our families safe. And we need you. We need your voice. We need your resources to fuel that work. That's how we make change that lasts, with both the people power and the policy power. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for showing up, laughing with us. Thank you. Standing with families like mine. Families just doing our best to raise humans in a world that sometimes makes it harder than it should be. But now I know this is a comedy show, but it's not all shits and giggles, as I tell my kid. Underneath all of this is something real. It's about making sure that every LGBTQ family has the rights and safety and joy that we deserve. Because here's the truth, love is love, but it also takes great lawyers and lobbyists and organizers. And that's what Family Equality does best. They make sure families like mine and families still dreaming of becoming one have the protection and support and policy power they deserve. Family Equality can't do that with all of us and without money. For real, they need money. Lawyers, lobbyists, and organizers are expensive, like sperm. Tonight, this fabulous room, let's raise $100,000. Can we do it? All right. So yes, I know this is a comedy show, but it's also a night to invest in something serious, making sure every family can live and love out loud. So can I count on you? Can the families back in Iowa count on you? Okay, to help us kick it off, let's bring out someone who knows a lot about expensive sperm. Original Queer Eye, Jay Rodriguez.